Okay, so I guess a bit of scheduling stuff. I guess we have some other business to attend to around 1 p.m. We will certainly do rolling. We're going to start the Q&A now so that I can try to answer any questions about this. When we roll, I would definitely recommend give it unlimited time. One of the reasons I was trying to have you guys play with this a little bit, here are some parameters, try to meet them, is so that you could do a little bit of the positional sparring stuff and have appropriate questions, figure out what's working, what's not working. When we roll, try to, I highly encourage, do rounds just from that butt on their hips position, and just figure out what's working for you and what's not working for you. I will definitely be available to answer questions after rolling. So let's just call this Q&A part 1, and then after rolling will be Q&A part 2. Any questions right now about any of the material that we covered?
I just have a comment.
Okay.
I love how much you broke down every single step for the knee bar, and it was much easier to understand and absorb.
Thank you so much. That wasn't a question, but that's okay. I very much appreciate it. Oliver, did you have a question?
I'm still having trouble figuring out where to secure the foot for that Mikey lock style thing, which I believe is what we were doing.
It's not really a Mikey lock. No, this is just rotational force for the knee bar. The Mikey lock is actually kind of a heel hook. So this is not quite. By the way, I liked her question a lot better.
It's okay if you don't know the answer.
Yeah. So can you come on? Can you just do it on me?
Right here.
Yep.
Capturing. I'm trying to hug right here and collect the heel.
Yeah. So I can tell you right away that where you're putting your head is nowhere near my toes. You're putting it close to my ankle joint.
Okay.
So I want you to put your temple on my pinky. That's better. And now pull up on my heel. Okay? This is pretty good. Now, there's quite a bit of distance. There's almost a half a foot of distance between your inner thigh and my knee joint. So I want you to just bring that a lot closer there and then reinforce your leg. There we go. Okay, now I'll start to apply the rotation. This is good. Yeah. It started out nothing and then it got real bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Other questions, guys? Yes.
I'm still having a hard time building up from the first drill, at least in an efficient way. I got the idea, but is there any tips you have?
Can I see you do it?
So if I'm get my butt closer, I come through, I get my wedges, and then at this point, this is the point where I feel like I'm most often.
Well, so you notice you're doing that bendy foot thing?
Yes.
Don't do that.
So
Just freeze where you are. Just come back. Right now, your left foot is basically blocking you from creating good wedges.
Okay.
I want you to go like this and hamstring curl his butt. There you go, and just pop to your knees. You don't need to do that thing with the
just pop to the
There
knees.
you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what I know that the jiu-jitsu world is in love with this, because of the malign influence of one deranged conspiracy theory promoting pot-smoking idiot. But this is really not a position you want your body to be in if you want your body to be powerful. I'm not saying never. Again, if you're super bendy, go to town, do this stuff. But I'm gonna win this debate because I've practiced it so many times kind of moment. But what do you think is stronger? Going to the gym and trying to do a leg press from here or from here? It's infinitely stronger to have your legs in this kind of push-pull alignment than it is in this extreme external or internal rotation. So again, do it if you have to, and certainly only if you can be safe. But for the most part, doing this, so any movements that put me into this position are going to be weak movements. It's okay if you are doing a weak movement when your partner is in position to be weaker than you. But if you're doing a weak movement when your partner is in a position to be stronger than you, that's when you're going to run into trouble. Does that kind of make sense?
I'm not trying to do that.
Oh, I know. It's just a habit that people have. It's just we just do this so much that we don't even think about doing it.
So where I'm getting stuck is in this position. I'm here. Right?
Yeah. So now just
Going-
put your
I noticed you were pushing back. the
yeah,
whole
you can
time.
do that, or you can just put your right knee on the ground.
Okay, and then use that to rock back.
Yeah, without opening your knees up like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you try it again? Like just let's make sure that we're on the same page here. So there, and now just pop to your knees. You notice how strong your wedging pressure is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the idea.
Thank
Yeah. No worries. That was a good question. No, like I jokingly shit on that stuff, but like we do so much automatically just because of movement patterns that are created by just like inertia, habit and inertia that we don't think about them. And as much as jiu-jitsu is cool and moves kind of work, they're not magic, and they obey the laws of physics and body mechanics. And there's certainly a crap ton more science behind weightlifting or wrestling, like sports that have been around a lot longer that are being run by actual professionals and not half-wits. So like we've not done a good job of categorizing the quality of jiu-jitsu movements. There are movement patterns that are biomechanically very sound, and there are movement patterns that are biomechanically somewhat compromised to extremely compromised. And the less you use the compromised ones, the more you use the really strong ones that you'd be doing if you were bench pressing or squat or whatever, the safer you're going to be in the long term, and also the better your jiu-jitsu is going to be, because you're not going to be like, I tweaked my knee trying to do this kind of stuff. So like I'm a huge advocate for understanding how our bodies properly, like my entire jiu-jitsu career is based around teaching people what base, posture, and structure actually are, not just, base is being low and wide and hard to move. Like, no, those might be consequences of base, but base is actually a platform to apply and absorb force. And if you don't have the ability to do that, like apply maximal force that your body is capable of and receive the maximal force that your opponent's body is capable of, then you don't have good base. So understanding those things outside of the context of, we're doing a knee bar is actually really important. So hopefully that helps, and I wasn't too harsh about it. And you have a question?
On that note, when do you prefer to stay on both knees versus raising that inside knee? Is it just to get more?
So yeah, when I'm trying to knock them back, I raise the inside knee. When I'm just comfortable here, I stay on both knees. Yeah, so much of this stuff is very situational. Like, sometimes I fall down, sometimes I stay up, sometimes. And the reason it was so important for me to give you guys the parameters early on is all I want you to do is meet the parameters. If you meet the parameters, you might find a better way of doing it than the way that I know how to do it, because I'm actually kind of dumb. I just know a lot of big words. So I'm fooling you. You definitely, if you understand the basic concept, will be able to come up with a good solution as well. Does that help? Yeah. Yes, sir.
So out of the submissions we did today,
Yeah.
which one do you, for you personally,
Yeah.
is your first? This is the one I want to try to hit.
I would go to the Kneebar.
Kneebar?
Yeah.
Like fall to which side?
Well, I wouldn't fall. I would try to be on
Oh, that
top
one.
and do
Okay,
the lateral
okay.
knee bar. That's by far my number one option. And then if I don't succeed at that, then I'll start exploring. And so from there on in, I don't have a favorite. So the one I want is the lateral knee bar from the top. The other ones are just whatever you give me, whatever makes sense in the moment. I'm gonna take.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
I have
Yeah.
when you're falling to one side and the person maybe wants to kind of twist their leg out of the position where you have a good knee bar.
Yeah.
Are you trying to follow the knee more or apply pressure in a certain way to keep?
So
that
what I
position?
want, can I grab it for a second here? But this is actually a really good question. This is where I wish we had more time. Let's say, I've done this, but I haven't quite got it, and I fall to this side. So let's just freeze here. He can build up in a couple of ways. If I'm just trying to go extension, build up and start pressuring towards me, that's the one thing I don't want. I don't want to end up where he is driving into me and now I'm on bottom with no base. So what I'm trying to do is make sure, build up now. You notice you can't build up directly, but what can you do? Right, you can rotate. That's fine. Then I might go here. And then he might rotate the other way, but I can stop him at this point. And then I might go to that, right? But maybe he rolls over, oh, there we go. Now I got back into the armpit, now there's the lateral knee bar again. So it's not that I'm following the knee, it's that I'm always making sure that if he's gonna move, it's because that's happening. So if he wants to roll to either side, I'm a happy dude. If he's starting to build up into me, fuck that. I'm just gonna keep this lever and I'm gonna get back on top. So like that's kind of the number one thing. If I'm going for a leg lock, it's either I break you or I end up on top. I'm not willing to consider the possibility of any other option. Does that make sense? Any other questions? Okay. Well, we will. Yeah. Yes.
Did you ever have a mullet at any point in your life?
No, but I had anime hair, so I had like long hair that was like sticking out and like. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just get to know.
It wouldn't be like, oh, like I had one and then I had like I was horribly rejected because of it. So now I've got a chip on my shoulder about mullets. That's like my origin story. So, next time I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna make one up. Okay. What do you want to do a picture? How do you want to do this?
That's a great. We'll do a picture in a minute.
Okay.
I have 2 comments and a question.
Okay.
The comments are: I would remind everybody that Rob's available for some private lesson slots tomorrow. So if you're interested, go see him, please. Second, as Rob mentioned, we're going to do some rolling after we take care of a little bit of business. Then we'll take a picture after we take care of a little bit of business. And my one question is: what did y'all think of Rob today? Watching these YouTube videos, and I know some of y'all we knew how awesome Rob's technique was, but it's really great being on the mat with you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Like this is amazing. I'm super blown away. I never know how these are going while they're going because I'm just trying to like do a good job. So yeah, the little bit of feedback that I've gotten, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. When we do roll, if I could just, if y'all have shorts, rash guards, because I'm gonna roll NoGi. Yeah.
If you're one of Rob's preferred training partners and you don't have NoGi gear, we have loaner gear, so please see me and we'll hook you up.
Cool.
And all my guys brought me. All right, folks, ready to take care of some awesome, fun business?
Yeah.
All right, Derek Noon, you're exactly where I want you. Neve, Gino, Ken.